Hello everyone, welcome to week zero's highlights for Mr. Ludwig's Chem 1A class. This is by Johnny Castro and Kennedy White. First things that we need to point out, or the major highlight that I took away from this class was to apply for a job in a lab, research lab. This is because you get paid, you work with professors, you develop your skills, and it helps with graduate school, according to Mr. Ludwig. And also it helps you build meaningful connections. Even if you don't get to work with Mr. Ludwig himself, you can work with other faculty or staff who are also doing research labs. And Mr. Ludwig can refer you to those if he can't take you into his lab. Then we have the pacing for this course. So not every school is created the same. Some did teach chemistry at the appropriate level, some did not. And so while that is important to keep in mind, and as such you should typically try to study for 12 hours a week to keep up with the pacing, you do also have to understand that this is more of a review pacing type of class. But it is important to learn the long-term concepts to fully progress correctly within this class and future courses. One thing he also does mention is to try and make a lot of friends. Friends, as he says it, are a great indicator if you will graduate. So try to make friends, and they'll also act as a good support system if you do need any help. Or another thing to mention is that you do have to cite your sources, even if they come from AI like ChatGPT. It is still important to cite where it's from, because if you don't, that's academic misconduct, and also it's kind of easy to tell when you don't cite and pretend something is your original work. Then for the finals and the midterms, we will be having the finals over Zoom for 10 minutes in groups of 3. And the midterms, there will be a practice one on February the 8th. That can be a final score if you do worse than your actual midterm, but it's not typical. Your actual midterm will be on February 29th, and you should expect that to be your final grade for the midterm. But again, if you don't do as well and you do better on your practice one, that will be your final score. And then at the bottom here it says extra credit, but you can get extra credit in the class by doing uploading your lecture notes or your lecture highlights like this video. And if you are selected, you will get extra credit for them, or credit in general. Also, if you read the syllabus, it did say that if you attend office hours, you could get, and you ask a question about chemistry, you could get points added for clicker notes. So look into a syllabus and go to office hours. And then here are some things to keep in mind. Don't put your name on the homework files, and don't change the file names, or anything you upload in general, to be honest. The site that Mr. Ludwig uses has a tracking software that automatically logs who did what, who typed what in. They know who you are, basically, so you don't have to worry about that, as long as you're signing correctly. For office hours, they will be at Pierce Hall in rooms 124 or 111, which is a seminar area for larger office hours that just can't encompass everyone who comes in. If you can't get into a building because it's locked, typically around 5 or 6 p.m., there is an outside door next to his office at 124 where it's typically going to be open. And then something really important, there is daily homework due on Norton in the SmartWorks website. Don't forget to do them. They are, every day, daily homework. Although do keep in mind that 40 of the 60 that are assigned will count towards your grade. So even if you get some wrong ones, they'll drop the bad ones, as long as you meet the 40 requirements or 40 assignments required. And the last two things. Always be ready for a clicker answer. Always be ready on the website to answer a clicker question, because they will go by quickly. Some will be timed, when he told us to draw a molecule, he gave us 5 minutes. That was fine. But others, where he asked us to identify the liquid nitrogen, that was like only 40 seconds that we were given. So do always be ready for that. And finally, office hours are between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. on Thursdays. So that is all. Good luck. Take notes. And do try to pass this class and try to understand the fundamental concepts that are being taught.